In this video, we are going to talk about how I created my New Year's goals and my plan to actually accomplish all of them by the end of this year. Hello and welcome back to my channel. My name is Matthew Gutozzi. I am the founder of Gutozzi Collective, which is a content creation studio based here in Austin, Texas. I am pretty pessimistic about New Year's resolutions, and really it's because I know that there's a lot of hype that goes around the new year and change, and I also know that a lot of people end up not getting to their goals even by February. Because of that, I usually wait for my birthday in March, but I'm also somebody under the belief that if you want to make a change, you should start today. In December, I was feeling like there were some changes I wanted to make in my life, and I really just didn't want to wait till March, so I decided to put a plan together for 2021 on how to build some habits, take action, and really hit some goals that are going to really push me in my life. If you're afraid of building goals or you're wanting to learn about habits, you're in the right place. The goal of this video is to break down my system of how I actually thought about my goals and habits, as well as breaking them down throughout the year to make tangible steps to actually accomplish these by December 31st of 2021. The first step is I broke down my life into different buckets. When we think about change in the new year, it can be overwhelming on where we should start in change and where we should go. And so what I did was each aspect of my life, I kind of created a bucket, and I was able to take time and spend time in each of those buckets to figure out what do I want to improve in my personal development, maybe my career or my business. I created these buckets so that I could focus on what is the change or the habits that I wanted to create in a year. I think a lot of mistakes that people make when they create goals is that they're very vague or really broad of goals. And so by breaking down each aspect of my life, I was able to go deeper with the things that I wanted to actually accomplish. And within these buckets, I created 3 different things: goals, themes, and habits. Hey, before we continue on with this video, make sure to like it if you haven't already, because it helps me and the YouTube algorithm get this video to other people, because my goal is to help others accomplish their 2021 goals. And if that's helping you, make sure to like it. Now, let's get back to the video. The way I think about goals is it's all about actions. Some goals can be one-off actions like a trip to Colorado. Some goals are compounding actions over a whole year, like a business goal. Some of these goals are loftier than others, but what I wanted to focus on is how can I push myself this year? I want these goals to feel a little out of my reach, because that's going to push me to get there versus me settling in my life. And by having goals, I can set the tone for different aspects of my life or my business. So to think about it like working out, you can't actually strengthen your muscles until you actually put effort and exercise the muscles. So you really have to kind of work to even get strong. My thought is I'm gonna put goals in place in my life to push me like an athlete, but for my own career and my life. The second thing that I did was create themes for some of the aspects of my life. There are habits that I already have, and I don't really want to set goals for those habits. For example, reading. I read all the time, and I have a really great relationship with that as a habit. So I don't really need to push myself to consume a ton of books, or like I need to read a book a week, because some books are longer than others, and it would just actually make reading not fun for me versus the point of reading, which is to learn and educate myself. So instead of thinking about the number of books I was consuming this year, I wanted to think about what I was actually getting from these books. And one of the things is I wanted to figure out the themes of the books that I was going to read. For example, one of the themes is I want to learn more about science and math. Hey, if you've made it this far in the video and you haven't liked it, please like the video. This will help it get to other people. And if you really like the video, make sure to subscribe, because I would love for you to watch my other videos that are coming out later this year. I then went on to create habits for each aspect of my life. There are changes that I wanted to make in my life at the beginning of 2021. I think the downfall for a lot of people when they are starting to build habits is that they're trying to build that habit as quickly as possible, but they are not thinking about, is this habit going to last years from now? The habits that I'm focused on creating this year are also the habits that I want to have 15 years from now. So I kind of thought about it as I want to kind of create the perfect day. What do I want to be doing every single day that would make kind of the most perfect lifestyle design for me personally? What's great about creating habits that are actually going to last you for 15, 30 years from now is that you end up not feeling like you're in a sprint, but you're in a marathon, and that you know that this year is actually only just the first mile of this race. The other benefit is that once I build these habits over this next upcoming year, all the years after is just about me maintaining this perfect day that I've created or designed for myself. The last thing that I did once I broke down goals, themes, and habits is probably the most important step of this whole process. And that is, I took all of those things that I wanted to see by the end of 2021, and I broke them down into 4 quarters of the year. I figured out the actions that I needed to do to make these goals, themes, and habits actually tangible to accomplish. I think a lot of people go guns blazing and they're trying to change so many aspects of their life that they end up doing like a ton of working out, they're reading, they're meditating, they're doing all this stuff like hardcore for the first few days, and their body and just themselves are not used to that high output of work or effort. And so they end up burning out very, very quickly. I've created steps that seem so simple that of course I could do right now, and like I have the hype of the New Year's resolutions to go and accomplish that, but I also know myself and know that I'm not gonna have that same hype in June. So I created simple steps that it makes it seem ridiculous. Like, I know I wanna run 100 miles this year. Of course, I could just start running. But my first goal is I wanna buy really nice sneakers and run 10 miles in the first 3 months. Of course, I could try and, I'm gonna run every single week and I'm gonna do 2 miles a week. Of course I could do that, but I also know myself and know that my hype is not gonna be there in July. I'm really excited about 2021 because I'm really focused on building a lifestyle that I'm really excited about and crafting that perfect day. Of course, life is going to change over the many, many years to come, but I know that if I can build some of these habits that I truly want, like meditating a day for a few minutes, going out for walks, these things, I know that no matter what happens in life, I can always fall back on to really fill myself up. If you are just starting out on building your habits or looking to actually accomplish your goals, a fantastic book you should read is Atomic Habits by James Clear. This book changed my life, and ultimately a lot of what I've built in terms of my system to accomplish my New Year's resolutions has come from James Clear's thinking and methodology. Thank you so much for watching this video. I hope that this is helpful, and if you need some ability, please comment. What are some of your biggest goals or the loftiest things that you're trying to accomplish in 2021? I'd love to cheer you on. Make sure to subscribe, like this video, because it goes such a long way for other people to be able to watch this video. Thank you so much if you made it to the very end. It means the world to me, and I will see you in the next video. All right, peace.